Innovate is an annual conference and innovation showcase organised by the Technology Strategy Board. We visited the 2009 event to get an insight into the work of the organisation and to meet some of the country's most innovative businesses.
We're a body that makes our own decisions about where we place our investments according to a framework defined by government. But we're an independent body, a body of business guys. We've got a governing board, people who've come from business. We've got an executive management team, people who've come from business. So when you talk to the Technology Strategy Board, you're talking to people who know what business want. You're talking to people who understand the needs of business.
That's what we're set up to do, to sit at this interface between the research and the business and to make those connections with government, with investors, pulling people together and making connections that don't otherwise happen. And actually, when you get people together and when they're looking at a problem and a need and a challenge, that's when innovation really happens.
We asked some of the exhibitors involved in projects with the Technology Strategy Board how they found it working with the organisation.
We've developed a new way of lighting virtual worlds that we sell into game developers so that they can light worlds in real time in far more realistic manner than is currently possible. So this, we believe, is going to revolutionise the appearance of games over the next few years.
Basically, what we've done on this vehicle is taken the police technology and integrate it into the base vehicle. So rather than there being a completely separate system put in place just for the police, we're using base vehicle functions to do what the police need.
The point about this engine is that it's not directly connected to the road wheels. It provides energy, electrical energy, which is supplied either to the electric motors to provide forward motion, or to provide energy to be stored in batteries on board the vehicle.
What's different about your fuel cell?
Instead of using all the platinum in the middle of a fuel cell that conventional technology do, we replace them with cheaper catalysts like these liquids that are based on iron nickel solutions. React with the oxygen outside of the fuel cell, and then the electricity is created within the fuel cell. A bit like the lungs and the muscles. So where we breathe in air, the hemoglobin reacts and then it's pumped to the muscle. Well, we're doing the same thing here.
One of the problems that the British soldier has at the moment is the fact that he's got to carry lots of pieces of kit. He's got a PRR radio, and he's got a computer, and he's got batteries. What we want to do for him is give him one centralised battery pack that can power effectively, like a ring main in a house, can effectively run all his bits of kit. So with
the power flowing through the material, you're saying?
It flows through the fabric.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it gets broken or if it gets cut. What will happen is the power will reroute itself and data will reroute itself to those particular devices.
It's an exhibition on the one hand, it's a conference on the other hand, and it's a networking event.
Lord Mandelson, Secretary of State for Business, Innovation and Skills, spoke on how we can translate knowledge into reality, gaining innovative growth in line with government plans.
We are a knowledge economy in this country. Innovation is how you actually turn knowledge into rising productivity, new solutions, and new growth. Knowledge is the raw material. Innovation is the refinement process. I've defined our challenges today not as pursuing a set of isolated innovation policies, but in building an innovation infrastructure for Britain today. My point in doing that was to remind us that what government does on skills, on finance, on science, these will decisively shape our capacity as an innovation nation. And that's why we've put innovation in the name of the new department, and innovation at the heart of the government's plan for growth. The TSB, I just underline, has done an exceptional job of building those capacities, and my department is committed to building further on this.
we asked the exhibitors how pleased they were with the relationship they have with the Technology Strategy Board.
We have found the relationship with them something to get. We have to put effort into it. You can't, it just doesn't. You can't moan about it and sit back. You have to learn what they need. You have to understand what makes you successful within their criteria. But in the end, we've got something that they can help to make. And if we didn't have that, we're competing against companies in Germany that have governments that back them to the hill.
Huge funds as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if we didn't have something like that, then the UK would lose out.
It's not it's not a walk in the park, but it's a very well thought out design process, which we're happy to be engaged with.
The way we deal with business has significantly evolved. It is a lot better. We've reduced the competition times from 26 weeks in some instances down to nearly 6 weeks in a very, very flexible feasibility type study. We're not perfect yet, but over the last 2 years, the way we've approached this has made a significant difference to the landscape.
Has the relationship, you think, changed the potential of the innovation? Has it changed the scope it can reach, the kind of return you might get from it?
For Enlighten, yes, it definitely will do. It'll enable us to take it into areas beyond games. So we're looking at architectural visualizations, CGI space, maybe film.
The Technology Strategy Board do more than just give money out. They are able to offer advice. They're able to offer connections to companies that we may not be aware of. So they offer a wide variety of help and assistance to UK companies. So I would say that it's a relationship that we would like to continue, very much so.
We heard from entrepreneur and government enterprise champion, Lord Alan Sugar.
I think it's there to encourage companies to bring their innovations to the marketplace. It's obviously a very, very good initiative. I think it's very much down to the individuals and the companies themselves, once they've obtained this help, is to push forward in ensuring that they get their product, their concept, their service into some kind of mass deployment, really.
We have 4 priorities and we have focus, so energy, low carbon, digital and healthcare are our priorities, and all of those are represented here today. So it's an opportunity to bring together all those communities.
What did the exhibitors hope to achieve by being here?
This is a very important project to Lotus, and we want to attract other potential partners for future projects.
I guess what we hope to do is to meet the right people and to make the right contacts so that we can move forward in the future.
The main reason I'm here is just to get a feel for the wider innovation space in the UK. So I don't expect to come here and sell Enlighten to game developers, because I'm probably one of only 2 or 3 developers here. But I like to keep a much broader view on other areas that are hotspots for research in the UK.
It's basically sowing the seeds and letting people know that we exist, and fingers crossed they go away and have their own ideas to use our technology for it.
I would like to see a little bit more effort placed into the battery technology for either electric cars or motorbikes or things like that for the future, because those are products that are definitely going to come in the future, and ones which I would hate to see someone outside of the UK exploiting.
One of the things I like to say to people is we're more than just a funding agency. We're fortunate, we've been given a significant amount of money and resource to invest, and we invest in that wisely, but we're much, much more than a funding agency. It is about, it's about building communities, it's about getting businesses talking to each other, about businesses understanding the needs of government, about businesses working together with academia. And, in business, knowing the certainty of a market, creating a market opportunity is worth a lot more than funding in its own right.